So the Advertising Standards Authority is the UK regulator of advertising in all media. The easiest way of falling foul of the ASA is to fall into the trap of running an ad that contains misleading claims. Whether it's comparisons with competitors because you feel you've got a price advantage but you're not being clear about the basis of the comparison, whether it's overstating the performance of the product or service that you're responsible for marketing. Really test whether or not the claims that you're making for your product, for your brand, really test whether they stand up. The advertising codes that we administer contain the rules that you as a marketer need to follow to make sure your advertising is legal, decent, honest and truthful. Actually, a lot of those rules are based on legislation. They are our way of putting into sometimes slightly simpler language regulations that exist in the UK in the form of, for example, the Consumer Protection from Unfair Trading regulations. The advertising industry at the moment is launching a big responsibility drive. It's concerned about the fact that over the last few years there's decline in trust in advertising. And it's a problem for marketers who rely on people responding to their ads. And that means, believing the claims, trusting the claims, trusting the ads that they're seeing. People don't trust them, they're not going to work. One of the big projects that we've nearly concluded this year is into broadband pricing in advertising. There has, over the last 2 or 3 years, been more and more focus in broadband providers' ads on very complicated pricing tariffs for their broadband products. And we've got another big project also on broadband, looking at broadband speed claims in advertising. And the concern here is that people might be being misled by speed claims, thinking that they're going to get a faster broadband service than in fact they are likely to get. The stuff that people are concerned about online is pretty well the same as the stuff that they're concerned about in conventional old media. Are prices transparent? Are any hidden fees, are any extra fees, extra surcharges made clear enough, and are they made clear enough early enough? It's issues around the clarity of the presentation of the product or service. Are they telling me everything that I need to know? Are they holding something back from me? If they are, we get upset. Advertising to children is always a bit of a challenge because there are some that argue that there should be no advertising to children at all. My #1 piece of advice to marketers in this area is make sure you know the rules that apply to the sector that you're in. Work on the basis that if you get something wrong and it involves advertising to children or advertising featuring children, it's going to cause big trouble. And then there are strict content rules over what you can actually feature in the content of the ad. We provide a lot of advice and training to marketers. Follow the ASA and CAP on Twitter. Go to the ASA or CAP websites, just Google it, and sign up to the CAP Insight email. It's free, we don't send them out too often. The third thing is use our advice and training resources. There's lots that we at the Advertising Standards Authority are doing to make it easier for marketers to plot the sometimes difficult path to ensuring that the ads that they're producing comply with the advertising codes.